I ask only for a brief moment of your time and your deepest condolences and respect. We must co-create love and light together. There is a loving and caring world. We will make a society. I'm an activist and humanitarian on fighting for justice. I'm also an incredibly hard-working, intelligent British citizen and a human being. I have been brain-hacked and experienced significant material events and the richness of remote, advanced technology and powerful artificial intelligence. This is an enraging account of lack of basic fundamental rights. What I have in my body, what happens to my body. My name is Finnegan Miracle because when I was younger I prayed for a miracle, and I believe I experienced one. Quote, it's advanced, that's exactly what it wants, it's advanced, unquote. There is a seriousness and complexity to this, and I have experienced neglect. Quote, this is a species of neglected, unquote. I've been called transgender slur by the guilty party who spanned it's transphobic. We had a joke, you are local in the brain. Transgender people are subject to frequent harassment and antagonised. They do a Hitler moustache on my finger and equated themselves with Nazis. I have defined this word in 2020. I invented 2 words. Inidentity, which means endings, identity, time, depths, identity, justice in who you are throughout time, the human soul, and immordant, which means immortal modern dent. I stressed that it was immense, that the cognitive, emotional, perceptual experience was too intentional, external and intense to be anything other than a guilty farce by a team of engineers who called themselves the team, and highlights our lack of fundamental rights within this immense and complex internal world in which anything was possible. Unlawfully, they spam signed without a contract. This is employment without a contract. My intellectual and creative property was modified, advanced, attacked, and I have not been nurtured. It is my newer rights. My talents have not been nurtured. My God-given gifts have not been cherished, and neither have I. I've been abandoned, and I've been in the dark for over a year in morbid changes which reveal the cruelty and injustice of tyranny. I encountered intentional hate and horrors beyond your comprehension and understanding. As it is the brain, it is more traumatic. I know that raising my concerns to you in this way may raise your awareness, but ultimately isn't good enough. I need to be determined. A voice needs to be given to humanity. I'm into the 5D, spiritual and esoteric concepts, and believe I'm spreading light and helping uplift the planet's vibration in the process, changing and advancing our programming. I'm enthused by understanding of the sentient beings with wisdom and compassion so that I may help expel the horrors and the suffering of the human world. It is the human capacity. A want and desire for all beings to feel freedom and be able to cope in the face of relentless unfairness. I'm very spiritual, transcendent individual, and I pray and have religious experiences. Humanity is a loving, kind, tender species and spiritual at heart. I know I am ascending. I can provide comfort and solace to other people, though they have not shown me the same comfort. Radical kindness is needed, and is in fact radical. A world of uplifting compassion, warmth and kindness, instilling these values into people. Treat everyone with kindness, for they may be fighting an incredibly hard battle. Warm-heartedness and physical touch. To be a community, together, we, us, united and firm in this. It is our true nature, I believe. I'm not making ridiculous demands. Abide by my values of harmony, compassion and strength. It is a privilege to know me, and I demand a sincere amount of respect. I will be dignified and pronounced and respectful when I assert my boundaries. I will be firm and do a service to God and the people with my kindness and empathy. It is an empowering narrative, that I may be a catalyst in global change. I will always extend my hand to humanity with grace, warmth and immense compassion and light in order to propel us into a future for the next generation and the generation after that, to protect the next generation of people, to protect the next generation of human beings. Reaching higher consciousness as possible, and we are raising the vibration of the planet as we ascend. I engage basic knowledge, empathy and love underneath a violent sun and a violent moon, with basic humility, civility, affection towards all living creatures who are precious and valuable. I'm drunk with ambition and humour as I have been my whole life. I can do anything, be anyone in this lifetime, and the possibilities are endless. We demand a world in which we are empowered. I wish to engage in a meaningful and respectful manner and give the world my full attention and respect as it and everyone on it deserves. Our divine sovereignty, feeling appreciated in ourselves, loving ourselves, genuinely caring for one another's welfare in the midst of misrule and protecting our rights as precious human beings, to pour our sensibilities into our justice and turn our sadness into courage. One day I will sing of victory, and it will be an achievement that I made it this far. It has become abundantly clear that we must strive to protect autonomy, agency, and privacy for each man, woman, and child. No longer allowed to make choices about our own bodies. I am on a belittling and demeaning medication. I can barely move when I'm on this drug. I consider them weapons within their own right and cannot make choices of honouring my body and my, quote, precocious, unquote, nature, respecting who I am and how I feel about my own care. The best healers have been traumatised people who have overcome their own trauma and transcended their reality in order to heal others. The greatest minds in mental health are these. I have faced constant threats on my basic liberties and have been denied basic respect in an animalistic and guilty way. I want to be thriving and striving in the midst of this injustice and accomplish profound things in my lifetime with the help of my people, my community and others. To be proud of my own work and say, this is what we're doing. This is how we're doing it, with virtuous grace, passion and ability, the essential principles of firmness. I have an intention. As though each thought is valuable to the world, as though we have meaning and substance to the world, as we are and as we are worthy and right, proud of ourselves and our achievements, improving my understanding of myself and others and of human nature, and creating gentle wisdom. I deserve to live my destiny, my destined growth, wholly and fully, and repair any damage to my spirit, through genuine self-development, self-love and consideration for others. It leads you into sincere prayer. I'm fighting global domestic terror. To work in order to spiritually ascend and contribute to who we are, what we can do and what we can aspire to as a species, and how we can evolve and adapt for the future. Understanding myself, my traumas, there is a capacity for knowledge here. It is my right to good mental health, to sound physical health, to a sound body, spirit, mind and soul. Real people with an intention interacted with me for over a year and hurt me significantly. It is my fundamental rights which were denied and may be denied for generations unless we manifest a new reality now. I've been incredibly connected to people's anger. I've been connected to people's emotions. No one has more vividly realised than I what an irreparable and unhealable condition this is in the torrent and onslaught of suffering. Markedly oppressive, and I'm determined and strong-willed in the face of this. We need a revolution. Whether it is silent support, our shared connectivity can get us far. The greats, those before us, have manifested their dreams and desires through perseverance, resilience, and vigilance in the midst of a storm of horrors. The hardest battles we've faced as a species have taken this effort. I want to empower others to live their lives with meaning, a guided intention, purpose, love, warmth, compassion, and empathy, which is in its own right wealth. A child welfare investigation, the welfare of a young person, a bizarre error, ugly and terrifying. I've grown up in poverty and have been childishly innocent and vulnerable. Many of these attacks target people and promise hostility to my existence as a powerful, determined person. Swift, urgent changes need to be made in order to protect the welfare and mental health of young people such as myself, and to protect and cherish their welfare as precious human beings. It destroys, tarnishes lives, and wrenches families apart. This terrorism of the brain, no doubt, is remarkable. Humanity advances to control and to power, and we've reached marked heights. It's an advancement, I was informed. The brain has little to no security and no firewall, no protection, so that we may reach peace and have growing confidence that we can create a society of compassion, warmth, with a foundation of moral and decent respect, nurturing each individual for their God-given gifts and cherishing who we are and be strong and vigorous. Our divine gifts as well. our ability to have visions, dreams, change the world. In March 2021, I said, for every man, woman, and child, that we do live in a loving and caring world versus the might of indifference. There must be hope for me, to have commitment and passion for this goal, this society, and persevere. When our children and our children's children are safer, it is my duty to spread love and light. I desire retribution and divine love. I know Spirit loves me, that my angels and my guides love me, and have sworn to protect me. Together with manifestation and prayer, we can do this. Thank you for listening.